And we're back. About to finish off Deraum, find the scroll, and move on. Until I hear back from you on whether or not you want to see all these fights, I'm just going to edit these. Easy enough. I guess I should note that it is really the reason those wrestles are so important is because you can never beat one of these fights if there's a undead in it and you run out of wrestles. You'll just never be able to kill them. You'll have to run away from the fight, which is stupid. Point of no return. Advance at your own risk. It's pretty scary. Eastward for Castle Teleporter. So we are at the end of Deraum now. But we have to enter this room. This is a huge point for me when I was young because it took forever to fight through Deraum and learn how to get here. This is a ghost, which apparently I have to sheath before talking to. The ghost does not respond to Lucas's frightened stammers. This ghost is the reason why we learned the spell Soul Speak. And the ghost reacts to my spell and speaks to me, but read paragraph 14. Okay. Paragraph 14 reads, the ghost stares at you. Slowly it begins to speak. Are you? Yes, yes, you are Deruvian. The ghost's fearsome aspect fades away, and you see instead the form of a slender, pale young man. He says, then the candle must have survived. Praise be to the gods of light. Yes, the demon Drakhelm is newly imprisoned with 44 new guardians, you reply. Modestly, you do not mention your role in restoring the magic candle of Deruvia. Obviously, this is a reference to Magic Candle 1. But the young man's ghost seems disturbed. 44? Yes, I was one of the 40. My name was Haran. His face brightens with the memory, then darkens. Ghostly tears fall from his ghostly eyes. He sobs. But we failed. The fortress Berbeza was entrusted to us, and we failed. The forces of darkness, the 4 Eldens were taken, the 40 guardians were slain. We failed. Can the gods forgive our souls? You wait patiently for as the troubled spirit sinks deeper into its misery. Finally, then it becomes calmer. Please be assured that we mean you no harm, you say. In fact, we may be able to help you, and you may be able to help us. Can you remember anything more about the Berbeza massacre? The ghost flinches. I do not want to, and I do not care to, but I can, and I must. He draws his ghostly sleeve across his tear-filled eyes. The forces of darkness burst into the fortress, and I know not how. The 4 were taken by surprise and captured. We 40 fought valiantly, or so we thought. Another pause for Haran to collect himself. How hard to be dead and unable to rest. Then I found myself aboard a ship headed eastward, pulling on an oar that felt like the tallest tree in Yburton, says the ghost. I do not know whether I was dead or alive at the time. It makes no difference now, yet I seem to recall voices. A shout that one of the 4 had escaped, a murmur that candles had been prepared to entrap the other 3, a command to row harder and a lash of a giant whip. If you are able, I pray you to send my soul to its rest. Haran concludes as he transforms back into his fearsome ghostly shape. So you're interviewing him because he was one of the 40 guardians who guarded the magic candle back in Berbeza, and we're trying to gather information on where the Eldens are, the 4 Eldens, and obviously they're trapped in the candles. So we need to put this poor soul's ghost to rest. Obviously we do that the same way we put everyone else to rest, with a wrestle spell. The troubled soul of the young warrior is finally laid to rest. The ghost fades and vanishes, leaving behind a white scroll, and that is what we need. I will pick up. The scroll is blank except for a title, The Candle of Despair. Eflin says we'd better ask Zeeks about this scroll. We're magically transported. Read paragraph 18. Alright. And we're in a trashed throne room. Paragraph 18 is long. What, where, how? The wizard trucks stands before you on trembling legs. Never ask me to do that again, he cries, and clasps in a heap of bony wizardly knees and elbows. Nausea wrenches you to the floor. You have just enough time to recognize the royal carpet of King Rebnard's throne room before The remains of your last meal disfigure it forever. What spell did Truck cast to bring you here? As you begin to recover, you gain a feeling of kinship for the dwarves you have convinced to board sailing ships across. But where is here? Disaster. You look around the throne room. Glass is shattered, furniture is destroyed, servants are removing a body, old Shanor, from his robes. You quickly pray the good gods receive his soul. Another corpse lies next to you. Proud young Alex, and more bodies lie across the room. Dead servants, dead guards, their fellows rush in to bear the corpses away. What of the king? He lies slouched upon the throne. Dead? No, his chest is heaving, and you can see no blood. But Queen Alicia is also on the dais, fumbling for the throne and her husband, staggering, wailing, blood streaming down her cheeks. Blinded! My lady queen, you struggle to your feet to aid your liege lord's wife, and then you see more guards bring the queen's ladies to take her to her chamber. You trust that she's in good care. You must. You have no choice. You climb the dais to see King Rebnard, and still more servants and guards rush into the room. You hear a deep voice behind you ordering servants. Attend to the wounded first, then the dead. Then clean and repair the royal throne room and restore its dignity and power. Know that your king and queen are in good hands, and worry not about their majesties. You see that in truth King Rebnard is well attended, and recognize the deep voice of that as Counselor Lauren. Lauren climbs to the throne and looks closely at the unconscious king. You follow Lauren up the steps. His majesty's breathing is coarse but measured. There is in fact some blood, but none is flowing. Satisfied, Lauren turns to you. It falls on me to give you the good news and the bad news, he says. The bad news, in short, is that the demon Zakhad, who claims to rule Gertex, he has paid us a visit, and you see the results. The good news is that Zakhad's mission of destruction did not succeed. Not completely. Not this time. The demon demanded young Prince Gemil as hostage, and flew into a rage when the king denied him. Lauren explains, I had rushed behind the throne when the demon appeared, and was spared the blast of the demon's fireballs and thunderbolts. No honor for me, but at least I survived to make the best of what remains. Thank the gods that our king and queen survives. And thank good Shanor and brave Alex as well. May the gods of light rest their souls. The one shielding our king and the other defending our queen. May the gods rest their souls. Lauren repeats. Lauren's voice loses its strength, and he falls to the feet of King Rebnard. What of the prince, you ask? How could the demon be denied? Lauren does not answer, but the king hears you. Zidoni, he says. His voice is weak, and the healers try to quiet him. Zidoni, he says again, and none will stop his speech. Zidoni, the first of the four Eldons, or his ghost, or an evil simulacrum, I know not. He came, he gathered us, and he called for Jamil, my prince, my son, my heir. Give the foreseen prince into my care, he demanded. Suddenly Jamil appeared before the figure of the Eldon Zidoni. My son went to his side. Before I could call his name, they both had vanished. The healers try to calm the king, but he will not be silenced. As they arrange his body comfortably on the throne, he says, Find my son, find Zakhad and Zidoni, but most of all, find my son, and when you have found him, take me with you to rescue him. And that's the 14th paragraph. So the demon Zakhad tame and trash things, and the Eldon Zidoni appeared from nowhere and saved the boy. And that's where we're at. So Zidoni mentioned a prophecy that may very well be the key to Zakhad's defeat. Perchance Lord Bardghast or the great Zeeks knows of this prophecy. Well, we're done with the castle for now. We have the white scroll, now we have to go get the others. While I'm here, I will go ahead and pick up a couple more supplies, and we'll be on our way. I need you to buy your steel helmet finally, and then put on your steel helmet. And now everyone is fully equipped. I guess I'll buy a few more mushrooms while I'm in town. Wonder if my wizards can draw their great swords yet. Oh, I've never given them their great sword. Who has their great swords? Funamadir. He's not strong enough. He's not strong enough. Nope, not yet. Okay, so does everyone have plenty of mushrooms and food? Just about. Alright. I believe we are stocked and ready to go again. Now we've got to get back to a teleporter room, which means we're going right back to the cellar of the castle. Let's see. Well, I just realized that I forgot to pick up the blue pearls I wanted so I could show you the map. So that's not too big of an ordeal. I'll just run back and grab them real quick. Again, getting back to the big picture of this, I'm collecting scrolls right now. The scrolls I have to use to free the Eldens who are trapped in the candles. I just got one. I'm about to run to there's one in Drakhelm and there's one in Marital, the tower we skipped earlier. We can probably finish those off pretty quickly. Let's get coins. Let's buy 50 blue pearls. Actually, let's get 60. So now I can use blue pearls just as often as I want to. We're going to go to Drakhelm first because there's not a real reason. That's just we've already been there, we're familiar with it. We'll hit Marital last. Marital's a little bit longer. Probably will need a separate video for that one. But you know, we've already finished Deraum, we've already finished Shan. We're about to finish Drakhelm. I mean, we'll have cleared about 3 of the 7 or so dungeons you need pretty soon here, so we're making good progress on this, and it's still only July 13th. I'm confident that we will finish this on time. Alright, now to get to Drakhelm we have to teleport to the Deraum Mountains, which took John and I forever to figure out the combination for that. Let's see. Looks like the combination is cone, cone, cone. Perhaps not. I'm in Mandark now. Nope, I'm in the right place. Well, I think my game just froze. Let me see what's going on here. Well, my game did in fact freeze, so I luckily had saved recently and restarted, and we're back in the teleporting chamber. Let's use my cones again and see if we can get back to where we were. There we go. Now let's save just to be safe here. Alright, we're back in Drakhelm. Surely this place is familiar to you. We're going back down into the dungeons of Drakhelm, only this time we're not just going in and running out. We're going to go all the way through to get to the scroll at the end. I'm a little fuzzy on Drakhelm, but if I recall correctly, it's actually short, just a few levels. Drakhelm is kind of sprawling actually, but there's a lot of gems and magic stuff in here, but don't really need any of it. You can see there's a way down there, there's a way there. I think the way I want is over this way. What was that? Kruger says 36 twice by the map brings you a gift. Okay, so he's telling you there's some buried treasure around here, but we're aware of that. What is this? Course without recourse. Don't know what that means. Teleporter, I guess. Okay, I guess I want to go into this fight and then go to the stairs on top, I think. Hopefully I'm not just wasting everybody's time. Alright, there's 3 Kazas and 2 weak guys. Simple fight. Let's have everyone draw their weapons. And let's begin. A fun, of course, will help make short work of these guys. And the rest is easy. It's incredible how good magic weapons are. And we're done. And Eldai will take the arrows. And Eldai, why don't you look and see what's in that fountain? Rest soul. No, but Tamas will, because I do need a rest soul. Okay, now I'm in Drakhelm 2. I think I want to go to that yellow dot there. This is a maze with tons of teleporters. Drakhelm is really windy. Tons of teleporters everywhere. It's a maze. I mean, it just drives you crazy. But the reason is that there's a lot of valuable stuff in here. Right, maybe left, left, maybe right. That's exactly right. It's confusing as hell. And I'm not going to screw around with it. Let's just go to Drakhelm 3. Okay, this is the last level of Drakhelm. As you can see, I'm boxed in this area, so there's got to be another way into this outer area. This is actually where I want to come through. I've got to find the stairs down on level 2 if I want to get to that. So I think while I'm here that there's a teleporter that takes me somewhere. I think I've gone the wrong way. I'll need to backtrack some here. Damn it, I did not mean to go into this room. Let me edit this out. Well, that was fairly painless. Let's see what we've got in this fountain. Sapal. Ugh. That's where I meant to go. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. It won't lead back out? Oh boy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Drakhelm is windy, twisting, and confusing, and I hate it. Is there a teleporter up here? There's an old chest around here, I think down there somewhere between those fires. So obviously I can find a chest down here, but I don't want to even mess with it. I'm just going to screw around over here. I believe that there's some teleporters. I don't really know where they take you. Surely one of them will get me out of here. This looks hopeful. Hurry to join the others. Excellent. This is just where I wanted to go. Alright, I'm back on the right track. Alright. Hurry to join the others. And just I thought there are some teleporters there, so I have to formatten my party in such a way to touch them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 6. Oh my gosh, I'm right back to where I started. Maybe this isn't so bad. Let's see. Okay, well this time I will try a different teleporter. Oh, I can see them all. Because I have detect up. This is something I remember. If you know your head, your heart is wise. Okay. If you want ember, brave the fire. If you want a prize, learn a surprise. What daunts a dwarf is your dare. Okay, so none of these are helpful. You have found the treasure trove. However, treasure will not buy a return. This is what I wanted. I wanted to find the treasure trove. If you say no, you may go. Okay, so that teleporter will take me out of here, but I want to go to the treasure trove. I remember what my grandfather told my father. First read the secret in the chest right in front of a door where Ali Pasha's tomb is, then go to the treasure trove. So that's a secret for how to get out the treasure trove. The treasure trove is a puzzle. As you can see, there's teleporters all in front of the door. When you try to go into the door, it takes you right back out. So there's a secret to leaving here, which I fortunately know. Appear to be enraged. Yes, they would be, because these guys will always fight you. And this is sort of an interesting battle in that these guys are actually threatening to some degree. So let's get together. Hate when he misses. Wonderful. Save. And another ghost. Oops, recall, rest soul, magic. The ghost is not willing to rest. Oh yeah, because I need to talk to him first. Whew, soul speak. Read paragraph 9. Okay, let's go back to the paragraph book. As the soul speak crosses the room, the ghost becomes even more fearsome. His cries bring even more anguish. "Leave me," the ghost shrieks. "Leave me with my pain." A blaze of light makes you cover your eyes, but between your fingers you can see the ghost as an aged wizard, whirling to face each corner of the room, then returning to you. "Leave me, I say. Leave me in my shame and agony." A renewed wave of fear washes over you, leaving you with just enough courage to stammer, "Honorable sir, we must speak with you about—" "Honorable!" shrieks the ghost. "You mock me with the title I've lost forever." The ghost whirls about once more, and then faces you once again, and suddenly settles into its wizard's form. The blazing light dims. The soul speak spell has finally taken effect. "We are the 12 who serve the 4, the aged wizard starts to chant, waving his arms in strange patterns, turning his head in random directions. With a start you realize that the arms have lost their hands, the head has had its eyes gouged out, and the wizard at his death was probably totally mad. Gently, carefully you approach the wizard, take his shoulders, and seat him on a convenient bench. You ask him, "Can you tell us your story?" The ghost shudders, his arms twitch. "We are the 12, we are the 12. I am the—" He reaches out his stump of a right arm to brush your sleeve. He asks, "Have you come to save me?" You nod, knowing he cannot see you, but before you can speak, he tells his story. I was the last of the 12, says the ghost, to my everlasting shame. I ran, I hid." The wizard begins to tremble uncontrollably and starts to glow again. Quickly put his arm around your arm around his shoulders and murmurs soft words to comfort him. He calms down once more. Lowering his head, the ghost wizard speaks. "My name was Phocos. Of the 44 guardians at Fortress Berbeza, I was the last, and the least. The warriors 20 died defending the gate. The wardens 8 were taken and slain in the onslaught. The wizards 12, saving only myself, were cut down at the very base of the candle. Then the 4, the Eldens, were captured by Nar threats and treachery. I alone was left to defend the candle, and I was cowering under the furthest stairwell, fearing only for my own miserable life. They found me soon enough," the ghost of Phocos continues, and most cruelly they kept me barely alive through the voyage across the sea of Ashmar and the trek to Mandarg. I lost my eyes, and then my hands. My mind followed soon after. Then finally my life." A dismal chuckle comes from the ghost's trembling jaw. "But never my ears. I heard all their plans, I can tell you." You jump back in horror as the ghost rises from the bench and begins to glow. "Leave me in my anguish, or lay my soul to rest," it shrieks. "So, to rest we will put you." The maddened wizard's guilt is finally eased, and his tortured soul is laid to rest. The ghost vanishes, leaving behind a pink scroll. The scroll has a faint pink glow, except for the title, "The Candle of Anguish." It is blank. Ethlin says, "We better ask Zeeks about this scroll." So now we have 2 of 3 scrolls. And we're about at the end of another video. To get out of the treasure trove took me months to find out. What gains are gotten may be forgotten. To get out, there is a chute and one of these torches that you have to walk through. There it is. And we're out of the treasure trove. Let's see where we're at. I believe we travel south for a teleporter. And we do. And where am I now? Just about back to the beginning. What a confusing hellhole that place is. And we're out, but we'll go back for the teleporter room. When we come back, we will get the last scroll.